Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. I seen this out on Amazon and I really haven't seen any reviews on it, so I thought let's go ahead and do a swatching video. I haven't done one in a few weeks. Missed it, didn't ya? These colored pencils are by, you're going to recognize this name, Cezanne, C-E-Z-A-N-N-E. It is a 120 color set. It says Superior Artist Colored Pencils. Now, a number of weeks ago, I did do a swatching video of the what I then said Cezanne colored pencils, but these are C-E-Z-A-N. This is a 160 set. Beautiful, beautiful colors in this set. They are very, very nice. They have quite a few even metallic pencils. You know, from here all the way down are all metallics. So it is a very nice set of colored pencils. But yeah, it's like, okay, Cezanne. I'm going to call these Cezanne. Season? Yeah, let's say Season and Cezanne, just to keep them straight. I wanted to see if these were different than these. Number one, the biggest difference right now is these are 160, these are 120. And also when I seen these on Amazon, the look is totally different than what these Season ones are. I'm almost assuming they're both pronounced Cezanne, but again, just to keep them straight, we're going to say Season and Cezanne. So I kind of looked on, it comes in this nice cardboard box, so they're packaged very well. It comes in this beautiful tin, and I have not opened this yet, so I don't know what they color like. As you can see on the back of the tin, each color has a number. Now on here it does not have a name, so I don't know if there's going to be a name on the pencil or not. I'm almost thinking not. But I guess as long as it has some kind of identifier, that's good enough. And like I said, what I seen on Amazon, the look of these are totally different than the Season pencils. The look of them are more like the Schmierfarben. But again, I have no idea if they color like theirs or not. So we shall find that all out. I do want to read the back of this, so bear with me. But it does give you kind of a glimpse into these colored pencils. Drawing with colored leads is a recent art trend that has only been available for the last 120 years. Over the last 25 years, there's been a lot of improvements. State-of-the-art binders allow the pencil color to release easily onto any paper, board, and even canvas. The lead is characterized as being soft with large 3.3 millimeter diameter lead that can hold a crisp, sharp point for pinpoint control if required. The soft, vibrant colored leads are easier to blend, shade, and layer. And what it did say on Amazon, when I looked at these, it said that if you like Prismacolor, you're going to really like these. They're supposed to be really soft and blendable, like Prismacolor. It did not state on there, however, whether these are oil or wax-based, so I guess I'm going to assume they're wax-based if they are soft and blendable like that. One of the most often overlooked qualities of pencil is the wood used to encase the lead. However, this is as important as the lead itself. Many lower cost colored pencils use soft or cheap woods. You can notice that when sharpening. Don't we know that? Unfortunately, if you have purchased such a set, you know this already. Cezanne colored pencils use top quality hardwood that is easy to sharpen. In addition to this, the lead is bonded to the casement, so it is unbelievably break resistant through the sharpening process. Although this technology has been around for years, many of the cheap brands don't use it because it costs more money, which is very true. If the wood is bonded to the core, the lead core, it does make for a much stronger pencil. Often the barrel finish is widely overlooked. However, this too has been aided by superior matching techniques of resin color and the colored lead. The ends of Cezanne pencils are dipped twice, one to provide a good seal, so the second dip provides a very close portrayal of the colored lead, making selecting of colors easy. The final test of any colored pencil set is the assortment of colors. Too often cheap pencils use cheap pigments, and for the most part, many companies don't work with real artists. Cezanne's color range has been created with a great amount of input by artists such as yourself. You can use a selection for portraiture, boy, that's a mouthful, landscapes, seascapes, and varied, brilliant designs. So I kind of wanted to let you hear that, because I thought it's kind of important about the leads and about the wood, having it bonded to the core itself, because that does make a big difference. So let's go ahead, let's open these up and let's see what they look like. Again, this is a 120 set. There, now it's not quite so glaring. It's a little gloomy out here, so I turned my lights on up above. Okie dokie. Let's get these out and let's see what they look like. Oh yeah, very nice tin. Okay, in the inside of the lid, again, we have all of the colors listed along with their color numbers. And there is quite the odor, I noticed right off the bat. And that's, of course, from the paint. So if you are sensitive to odors, let's get this box out of the way. You definitely are going to want to leave these open and let them breathe for a while. Rather than a real shiny coating, it is a matte finish. Has a very, very nice look to it. It says Creative Mark Artist Products. And on the back side is Cezanne and then a color number. So they do not have a color name. Again, I guess not that big of a deal. I myself do like color names, but to me the most important thing is just having some sort of identifier at least, so that I can make a color chart. So the bottom half of the pencil is gray or silver, as you can see, and then a lighter silver band in the middle, and then we do have the color portraying the lead. So as it said on the back of the tin, this is supposed to very closely represent what is actually in the pencil. So we're going to pay attention to that and see if that is actually true. Okay, so that is what they actually look like, and they do feel very nice in the hand. Let's see how soft they are. Okay, I just quickly, and my printer is still having a heart attack here. I'm still having problems with my printer, but I just quickly created this chart. I'm going to jot down the number, and then it doesn't have a name, so when I finish this, I'm gonna be redoing this. Normally I would swatch over here, but what I'm gonna do, I'll just write the number here and we'll just quick do a swatch in here just to get an idea of the colors. So here we have our white. We'll see how nice of a white that is. Matter of fact, I have a black paper notebook here that I will be showing in an upcoming video. And we'll see how opaque this white is. Then we have our yellows, oranges, and it's going in the order I like. Reds, pinks, purples. Well, these must be pinky purples, and then pinks, and then we get into the blues. So we have, oh, and these trays are really nice. They're the shiny rather than matte, and they pull out really easy. I like that. As we know, most of the trays, when you get these are almost impossible to lift out. These are easy to lift out. Wow, that's nice. Then we go through all these beautiful blues. Look at that. We get into the greens. And then finally, the rest of the greens. We get into our earth tones. And then finally, the grays. Now, if you are a gray lover, there aren't that many grays for me. I like that. I don't use my grays a lot because I don't use them for shading and things like I probably should, but I don't. And then finally, our black. We'll see how opaque and nice that black is. Okay, now I remember it did say on Amazon that this had one of the nicest array of different types of skin tones. And I do see we have quite a few here. And then, of course, our darker skin tones. So we'll see what these actually look like. So I am just going to swatch them out in the order that they came in. Oh, I do like these trays. Those are very nice. Okay, so let's start this swatching party. Let's see. Maybe I'm just going to take my ballpoint pen. Sometimes when I'm writing on an angle, these here drawing pens, or you know what I mean. These, sometimes when I'm drawing or writing at an angle, they have a tendency of quitting on me. So I'm just going to write with a pen. All right, so our very first one is white. Let's just get out one, and I am going to get a book underneath this to swatch on. All right, so this is number 034, and they are in a nice bright silver. Now on the white, it's a little bit hard to see, but on the rest of them, these are very easy to see. So we have 034. And I know you're not going to be able to see this. Let's zoom you in here because it's white. But, oh, they are very creamy. Okay. Like I said, I know you didn't see that. These are all going to be a little hard to see in the beginning. 118. Looks to be a cream colored. Very creamy. They are nice. We'll try it maybe on the back of this sheet, then we'll try some blending with them too. 046. So like I said, these look very different than the other set, the 160 set of the Cezanne. 016. I don't know how two companies can have such a close name for the same product. And they are very vibrant, as you can see. These are beautiful. 015. And typically when I swatch out, I do press down real hard, you know, to get the vibrancy of the color. I am not having to press real hard with these to get that. 052. They do just glide over the paper. And 022. That's kind of a nice ochre. And we have 014. Guess that's more of an ochre. The other one would kind of be a burnt ochre, right? Now let's see. This is the one I just did, 014. Yep. Then we have 047. I will link these down below. I believe currently, oh my gosh, were they $49.99 or $59.99? They're either 50 or 60 bucks. But I will link them down below. And we're going to get into the oranges. 0, 1, 3. This is very much a red orange. And I don't see anything lighter than that. Wow. Be nice to have lighter orange. 0, 0, 3. Because, you know, they said that they, and I forgot to watch about how close this was supposed to match. Well, that is not matching that close, is it? This next one matches closer than this one. It looks like it should be a lighter orange. So I was really surprised when that dark of an orange came out of this. Right? Am I right? 0, 0, oh yeah, I wrote it already. Okay, 0, 0, 3. So this is just a shade darker, a little more red in it, but that definitely could have been lighter. 0, 67. Now, you know, keep in mind, and I know many of you know this, whether they say it's oil-based or wax-based, all colored pencils have both in them. They have to in order for them to work. If it's wax-based, it has more wax in it, though, than oil. Likewise, if it's an oil-based pencil, it has more oil in than it has wax. But it needs both of those binders in it in order for the colored pencil to work. But that's why you hear wax-based versus lead. Oh my gosh. Wax-based versus oil-based. 0, 0, 2. And typically your wax-based pencils are creamier and more blendable versus your oil-based, which again, typically, not always, typically are a little bit of a harder lead and more for layering. So it all depends upon what you like to do and how you like to color. So many of these are similar, like these two. Very similar. I do like how they are coloring, that's for sure. Not so sure yet if I'm real keen on their color selections. This is a pretty deep red. And 0, 0, 1. So, you know, when people ask your opinion on a pencil, it's really hard because what one person likes, the next person may not, you know. Some people like to blend. Some people like to layer. Everybody's different. So, for instance, maybe one person just loves the Arteza colored pencils. I'm not picking on Arteza. Or saying they're the best or anything like that. You know, some people may like it. Other people may not like it. See, again, they're not matching exactly. That one was pretty close, but. And again, it's all what you like in a pencil. It's a pretty raspberry kind of color. That one matched pretty good. 0, 23. And that's a pretty good match. That's a beautiful burgundy color. We're getting into kind of the pinkish red sort of. 116. As we kind of get down into the purples. Another pretty color. Some of these are matching really good to the casings, and some of them are off a little. Another really pretty color. And again, that one matched really good. 069 looks to be a nice deep purple. Yes, oh, that's pretty. This top tray is always my favorite. the pinks and the purples. 109. Looks to be a really pretty pink. Yes. And a lighter pink, 055. Pretty. Then we have 004. If you see my finger, no, I'm not bleeding. I had a mishap during a color and chat yesterday with a marker, and I can't get it off. Okay, ooh, this looks like a pretty color. 024. Oh, yes, gorgeous. Love that. So yes, the majority of these casings are matching the lead very well. Just mainly that one orange I noticed so far. Just a shade darker. 115. My paper's moving on me down here. Beautiful pink. Let me go back to a purple. 122. Kind of similar here, right? Another purple. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And another one. Well, no, this one definitely has a different tone to it, though. Okay, then we get into some light pinks. Let's go up to the top of the next column. Straighten it out. Guess we got to write a number down first. 057. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's a pretty pink. We have a number of pinks here, and they look gorgeous. 037. I just hope they're not real similar, because the next, oh, I don't know, 3, 4 of them all look like, you know, really pretty pink. So I hope they're not. Yeah, see here, this one is more of a, what, a salmon pink, maybe? And we have 110. Okay, good. They are all different. Awesome. So far, anyhow. Couple more to go. 111. This one's a little similar to the top, just a shade darker. Then we have a pale pink here, which would be nice if that's the color that's in it. Nice pale pink would be awesome. It's not as pale as I was hoping, but it is pale. It is lighter than the others. Okay, then we have 113. It's always nice to have those pastel colors, you know, for when you want to blend out, you know, to something. Oh, that's pretty. Like that. And 4 more in this tray. We have 114. Okay, a little bit darker. Ooh, looks like a pretty lilac. 071. Oh, isn't that pretty? Gorgeous. Looks to be kind of a lavender, or we call that lavender and this lilac. I never know the difference. 105. Beautiful. Yeah, these definitely are creamy. I don't know if I would say as creamy as Prisma, but they are definitely creamy, soft pencils. We'll see how it does as far as blending. Oh, another pretty color. And that is the end of the top tray. So, pardon my arm, I'm going to put them over here and we're going to go into the next tray. 039. The blending of the pencils will really kind of tell me if they are up in par with the Prismas. But just laying them down, they sure feel nice. 040. And you know, anytime you get these larger sets of pencils, you are going to get colors that are similar. Oh, beautiful blue. We have a ton of blues in here and a ton of greens. 026. Let's move up a little. Here's like our ultramarine, which I never call blue. I call that purple. That's a purple in my book. 025. And a deeper version of that. Oh, aren't those pretty? Oh, this looks like a gorgeous blue. 053. Oh, so pretty. Now, this one is darker than this. I expected it to be lighter, right? But it is a gorgeous color. Now, here we have a deep blue. 028. Looks like a midnight blue. That one kind of is a denim blue. See, now I expected this one, you know, maybe that one should have had this tip. But again, beautiful color. 029. And I guess as long as you have a color chart, I don't always knock too much off with them not matching, because I always have my color charts anyhow. So I don't go by the color on the pencil or the marker. Isn't that pretty? But I know many of you do go by that. And the fact that they said that, you know, it's hand dipped twice so that they ensure that this is accurate really made me want to watch to see if they truly do match. That one's a good match. Like I said, the vast majority of them are matching up pretty good, but there are a few. Whoops. Oh, and the ends are capped off, which I like. Gives extra protection for those cores inside. Gorgeous. Lot of purples, yay. 126. Oh, one of my favorite shades of purple. Okay, now it looks like we're going to go into all more blues. 075. Oh, isn't that pretty? Gorgeous, gorgeous. We have 076. Yeah, beautiful. We've got some lighter blues here now. 060. Oh, love it. Yeah, definitely creamy. Oh, these are awesome. I'm going to have to color something with these right away. 062. I've been in a mood to color a picture with colored pencils anyhow. I was going to color with my Holbeins, but maybe I'll get out something and color with these. And see, test them out. 061. Means I got to get my button gear and make a chart. Can't color without a chart. Oh, that's a nice sky blue. Looks like that might be our lightest blue, though. 030. It's always nice when they give you a really nice pale blue, too. Pretty. You know, we always say, you know, when we see colors that are very similar, it's like, well, it'd be nice if they would have given us this, this, or this. Because, yeah, we do have some similar colors here. And we do always run into that, whether it's colored pencils, whether it's markers. You know, you're always going to have some of that. So, 099. A little bit darker, but kind of similar. This one looks similar to 100. Yeah, a little bit lighter. See, but now to me, they could have done away with one of these, given us a really nice pale blue. We need those pastel colors. This company's got to realize that. 101. So we have a lot of shades on this aqua side. 102. Okay, there's a nice blue. The end of the first page. Halfway through, folks. Some of you guys are probably like, yes, and some of you are like, oh. Okay. Next is 103. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, here's a light blue. 104. Okay, it's a shade darker than the prior one. But yet, if we look at the tips, that one's actually lighter. So these two should have been switched around. So yeah, again, most of them are real close. Some of them are off. You would definitely think this was going to be a lighter color than that one. But the opposite is true. I think where they hand dip them, somebody was asleep and hand dipped it into the wrong bucket. Okay, then we have looks to be a beautiful teal. 089. Oh, is that not pretty? Oh my gosh. Love it. I love my teals anyhow. Now it looks like we're getting into our real aqua green colors. 092. Kind of like a peacock green. Next one looks more blue though. So 090. Another beautiful blue. And 091. Oh, that's a pretty color. These glide on like butter. 093. Oh, that's pretty. I could see these two blending together for the most part. Maybe not. Maybe with this one, 094. Oh, that's pretty too. They're all pretty, right? And here is a deep shade of that. At least I'm assuming that. 095. It's just a deep green. I don't know what it's doing up here. We'll have to swatch that around. All right, let's go into some light greens. 096. Pretty. 097, which looks similar. It's a shade darker. Nice. And this one looks just a tad darker yet. 098. Yeah, more on the minty side. Kind of similar to that though. Just a hair different. 065. Oh, that's pretty. Beautiful. 051. Little bit different. Oh, here's some, what looks to be some nice spring and grass greens. 010. Oh, that's pretty. And possibly a chartreuse type of color. Yes. Beautiful. Okay, and then 038. At least I'm not having to take the time writing down all the color names too, right? Another beautiful green. Few more in this tray. 058. Nice regular green. I am curious to see the skin tones, and I'm sure many of you guys are too. 009. I know many of you do portrait coloring. And last in this tray is 008. That's pretty. So far we have already a nice variety of greens, and I know in this last tray, pardon my arm again, we have quite a few greens left. We have, to get my trays out of the way is what we have. Okay, 007. Very similar to the prior one. I think this is the first one where I really can't see a difference whatsoever. You know, on some of the others, there have been some very similar with just maybe a shade difference. Those two, 066. That's definitely different. You know, I guess the only good thing about that is if that happens to be a color that you use a lot in your blends, it's good to have two of them because I don't believe, of course, that you can buy these pencils open stock. I don't know of any budget-friendly pencil that you can. Here's a nice olivey type of green. Looks to be kind of a moss green here, 032. Oh, very much with the gray in it. So it's kind of a green-gray, gray-green, 043. So there again, that was much darker than the casing. Same color, but much darker. So 043. Oh, here we have, that's the first one that the lead has broken in shipping. So it's still very sturdy though, so we'll still color with it, but yeah, it broke off. This one will definitely need some sharpening. But that's not too bad, and that's not, you know, the manufacturer's fault. That was in shipping. 064. All these shades of green are just beautiful. For those of you who like foliage and, you know, things like that, these greens are gorgeous. 079, especially for a set of 120. And 080. .081. There's a nice lime green. Just a couple more greens. 082. That's a pretty spring green. And then one more. Go up here to our last column. 063. There's our nice bright chartreuse color. Lemon chartreuse? No, what do they call that? Here we go to some really pale colors. So here looks to be a very pastel looking yellow, which would be awesome because we are into the skin tones now. Oh, that's nice. So we do have our nice pale yellow. Looks to be another one, 072. But this one's a little bit darker. Looks to be one a little darker yet, 073. Yep. Okay, so we have a lot of, you know, for those that like to put the yellows, you know, in their undertones for skin, 074. It's a deeper peach. Looks to be a lighter one now, 035. Don't you ever wonder how they come up with their numbering scheme? Okay, this is a darker one. So here again, that is that one. This is this one. So again, you would think this one would be darker than this, but it's the opposite. So again, I think somebody fell asleep. Maybe they were out the night before. 117. This one should be lighter. Yes. Really has a kind of an orangey undertone to it though. But definitely a skin tone. And 036. And I say all this like I, sound like I know what I'm talking about. And here is the darker one. Kind of a coral color. Okay, now we're going to go into, we're eventually getting into the more of the earth tones. So here we have 119. These are kind of some transitional colors. Here we go with that orange that I was looking for before. We do have an orange. And 078. Yeah. These two are very similar though. That one may be just a tad lighter. So still no real nice pale orange. Okay, 018. That's a pretty tan. $120. Definitely a yellow. And 088. Nice. Looks to be like a green olive, maybe. 121. Okay. Oops, get in there. And 086. Now we're going to get into the browns. $0.83. That's a pretty brown. Like that. $0.84. Oh, another pretty brown. $0.21. I like this color, so I'm hoping it's colors like that. Oh yes, that is pretty. Very similar though, right? Yeah, very similar. Let's see, 0.87. There's our pale orange. Again, does not match it. This one's probably the farthest one off yet. But again, for me, yeah, should they match? Definitely. I would be using my color chart though, so. 0.85, and they especially should match due to their statement on the back of their tin. Here's a pretty dark brown. 3 more browns to go. 0.20. Really good they came in with a light orange though. There was nothing light over there at all. 0.19. Another darker brown, but different than the other one. And finally, last brown is 059. And we have a few grays. Okay, so the browns are all different. Not any of them are similar except for, you know, these, but the darker browns are all different. All right, let's get into the grays. We have 108, which looks to be like a warm gray. Okay. 077. Looks like we have a few shades of warm and then a few shades of cool. Seems like those are the only two warm ones. We'll see as we swatch them. 107. Yeah, definitely a cool. 106. Let's move up so you guys can see it. And a deeper. That's a warm then. Should have been up there. So I guess there are going to be 3 cool and 3 warm. So then we have 031, which is nice. So you have 3 shades of cool and 3 shades of warm. And the last gray is 054. And last but not least is the black. So we'll see how opaque this black is at 033. Oh, it's a very nice black. Very nice. You can see even when I'm coloring lighter and barely touching the paper, it's a very dark, dark black. Yeah, they're very pigmented. I am barely touching the paper. And yeah, these have a lot of color in them. Okay, now, like I said, why don't we go on the back side and we're going to do a color blend and let's see how these blend out. Now, I did get very, very little dust. If you watched while I was scratching, while I was swatching these out, there's very, very little pencil dust that came off these at all. I never once had to wipe it away, which is also nice. So, how about if we blend some blues together? You thought I was going to say purples. No, let's blend some pretty blues. So let's go from a dark. Should we go from like a 028? Let's put this tray back. Now, let's see if I can find my 028 because I don't have them in order. There it is. Okay, 028. Let's go from that. Let's go quite light. I mean, we'll have a transition color in there, but maybe that's a little too dark, though. Well, let's try it. Well, maybe we'll go 040, 102. Let's try that. 040. See if I can find that one. Pardon my arm. Where are you, 040? Like I said, this will be much easier once there it is, once I have these in the order I want. Okay, so we're going to go from that to 102. Let's see, that would be down here. There we go. Good guess. Then we're going to go to a lighter blue. So let's go to 103. Okay, let's turn this over and let's see how they blend. So we're just going to start out with heavy pressure. And this is how I blend anyhow. I don't know about everybody else. I start out with heavy, come out lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. Then I'll come in with the next color, go back over the other, come back in with heavy pressure, and then go lighter and lighter and lighter. And then the lightest one, come back over all of it. Okay, there wasn't a huge variation in that, but they do blend together nice. And that was just a quick. Should we try one more blend? Let's see. Let's try my purples. Maybe I'll go from a purple to a pink. Let's do something a little more, you know, get out of the one line of color. So let's go with 126. And we'll go from that to a light and then into a pink. Let's do something different. Let's go from that to 123. See if we can find 123. 120. No, that's 027, so that's there. Sorry, guys. 126. Well, we could do that. 126, 027, and then we'll pick like a pink. Let's go into a light color, 071, just to see. There we go. Okay. Let's test these three out. They look really pretty, don't they? Gorgeous. Beautiful three shades. So hopefully they will blend together. So let's try this again. Again, starting out dark. Just getting lighter and lighter with the pressure. Okay, let's go in with the second one. I can see it going over some stuff on the back. That's okay. So we'll get some marks in here. Okay, and then we're going to get lighter again. And lastly, we'll go with our light color and we'll go over everything. And we'll bring that out. Oh, they do blend very nicely. Beautiful. Yes. I think I am going to use these pencils next to color a picture. Like I said, I've been wanting to do one with pencil anyhow. So I think, yeah, I'll quick make a color chart up for these guys. And I'm going to try them out. Okay, folks, let's zoom back out. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, yeah. So let's look at the colors that we have. Let me put this tray back because otherwise, knowing me, I'll drop them all over the place. Okay, so if we look at these colors and numbers versus the Cezanne, you can see they are extremely different. The numbers are totally different. Cezanne does have color names also, and maybe the Cezanne eventually will have color names. It would be nice. if they would. But yeah, these definitely are different colors than these. So they are two totally different colored pencil sets, even though the names look almost identical. So it is very confusing. And if we look at, this is my binder for my pencil swatches. If I look in here at, say, well, of course, you know, Prismas we all know and love, but yeah, nothing, they don't really correspond. I'm just looking through the Polychromos, the Arteza, some similar colors to Arteza, but they definitely are their own line of pencils, yeah. They don't seem to, well, let me look at where's the Spirfarben here. And I don't have the new larger set of Spirfarbens that came out. I only have the 72 set. And they did come out with a 96 set, right? Yeah. So these are the Spirfarbens. And again, I got to redo these charts. These are the way I used to do it with my light, medium, and dark pressure. I no longer do it that way. I only do the dark pressure. I didn't look at that column anyhow. So it's like, why do that to myself? But even the laydown of these, you can see, is just... The Spirfarbens lay down great, too. Don't get me wrong. But, yeah. So, yeah, they definitely are their own... As far as what I have and what I can see, now somebody else may have some other brand that is real similar to these. And if you do, let me know in the comments below. You know, if you say, no, those look exactly like this set, or, you know, some other set that you have. Definitely let me know that. Yeah, I'm looking through my other sets, and I don't really see anything. At least just quickly glancing through my book here, I don't see anything that is similar. I thought maybe they would closely resemble something else out on the market, and there definitely could be another 120 set out there that, you know, I don't have, because heaven knows I don't have them all. I have enough, but I don't have them all. So yeah, let me know if you see, you know, another set that is similar to these. Again, it's a budget-friendly set, but boy, they do color nice. Very, very smooth, and they must be wax-based, because I don't know if it's showing on camera or not, but they are kind of glossy, just like the gloss you get with the Prismacolors. Now, I'm not talking about that whitish wax bloom, you know, that you have to wipe off. It's just your shininess of the wax showing. So these definitely must be wax-based. At least they look like it to me, because I don't know if it's showing on camera or not. But yeah, they do have a shine to them, a sheen, when you color darker with them like this. So yeah, okay. So I am glad, like I said, we have this like this orange yellow here. I think we definitely needed that, and we do have a couple lighter oranges here. This one being the lightest, just a shade darker there. But yeah, kind of limited on the oranges, whereas they have, you know, a few reds that are real similar in here. Same with these. These four colors to me, well, I shouldn't say this one. This one has a little bit of a different tone to it, but these three, very, very similar. You know, a couple of these pinks too, while they all have different kind of undertones, kind of similar. You know, like these two too, quite similar. And again, I don't want to pick on Cezanne. You get this with any of your larger sets of pencils, right? Similar ones there. So yeah, but overall, I think it is a beautiful set of colored pencils. I will let you know once I color with them my updated thoughts on them, but from the tests that I did, I thought they blended out beautifully. So yeah, I am going to color a floral type of picture with these and see how it turns out. That way I'll be able to test these colors along with, you know, everything. See if I can find one maybe with woodwork in, or maybe not, but at least, you know, test out some of the greens and whatnot. Anyhow, all right, so again, this is the 120 set of Cezanne colored pencils. I myself think they are very extremely soft. As soft as Prismacolors? I don't know. I'm going to have to play with them maybe side by side. My initial impression is not quite as soft as Prismacolor, but yet still pretty creamy and soft. So yeah, again, I'll keep you updated after I color a picture with them. Probably in my next color and chat, I'll let you know what I think. So I thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to my channel. I hope you're having a terrific day, and as always, happy coloring. Bye guys.